everyone. Welcome to the French Flick, the guide for indoor hockey. I'm your host, Erin Tallman, also chief leader for Marseille's women's team here in France. In the last episode, we talked about fouls related to hand use and passing the ball into another player's hand without going into details. You can click on the link in the description for the rules PDF and read rules 9.8 and 9.11. I'd like to distinguish between two things. In the first instance, we find fault with the ball carrier, and in the second, we find fault with the defender. Regarding the baller carrier, a ball passed by the ball carrier into the stick or even the hand of an opponent when the opponent is less than 5 meters away is a foul by the ball carrier. This we now know. However, the referee may judge that the ball carrier makes a dangerous pass even if it's over a distance of 5 meters toward other players. This can also be penalized. Generally, for this rule to apply, the defender must have his or her stick completely on the ground. Regarding the defender, a player who, intentionally or not, touches the ball with their feet, hands, or another part of their body outside the above context commits a foul. During the last episode, I briefly mentioned Rule 9.12, which explains that a player cannot play the ball while lying on the ground. 9.12 states that players cannot play the ball when they are lying on the ground, or if a knee, an arm, or a hand, other than the one holding the stick, is on the ground. I'd like to clarify this point. A player who falls to the ground and then attempts to play the ball is at fault. This will be whistled against them. A player who plays the ball and then falls to the ground, as long as it doesn't pose a danger to other players, is not at fault. We see this more often during a goal shot. If the ball carrier shoots at the goal and then falls after sending the ball, but not before, the goal will count. If they fall and then send the ball, whether while still in the air or already lying on the ground, the goal will not count. I also want to highlight a clarification regarding the rule on high balls. 9.9 states that players cannot intentionally send the ball into the air, off the field, except when shooting at goal. It is not a foul if the ball unintentionally lifts less than 100 millimeters off the ground, unless an opponent is at a playable distance from the ball. 9.10 states that players must not play the ball in the air. However, a player from the team that didn't raise the ball can stop it. If the ball is in the air due to a rebound after a goal shot, off the goalkeeper, a defender, a post, or the crossbar, it can be controlled by a player from either team. Let's discuss the role and importance of the captain. 3.4 states that captains are responsible for the conduct of all players on their team and for correctly applying the player substitution procedure. A penalty corner is whistled if a substitution is not carried out correctly. A personal penalty is imposed on the captain if they do not fulfill their other responsibilities. If one or more players from a team receive too many warnings and cards, the captain must leave the field for a period of time. Next week, we will focus entirely on Section 9 regarding player conduct, specifically Rules 9.1 to 9.7. The following week, we will continue examining Section 9, starting from Rule 9.13. Let's dive into action. I'm going to share part of a video from Germany versus Australia, Indoor Hockey World Cup, Women's Pool B, 2018. We'll watch together from 3:56 to 9:22. When watching this clip, answer the following questions. Do you see the difference between when a ball carrier passes into an opponent's stick, when the stick is completely on the ground, versus when the stick is not completely on the ground? Do you see any players hitting the ball in an outdoor hockey style? Do you notice the difference between raised balls happening far from opponents versus when they are near the opponent or in the zone? How are the players holding their sticks when they are in a good defensive position? Why wasn't Germany's goal counted? Once you've watched the clip and answered those questions, I want you to rewatch the clip and answer these questions. What formation are they playing in? When the team is defending, where is the midfielder? High or low on the field? When the team is attacking, where is the midfielder? High or low on the field? Do the players apply pressure throughout the game? How do both sides do this? Did you catch the moment when Australia switched to a 2-2-1 with a striker? Were you able to spot all the positional changes on the German side? Note, most positional changes happen between 1. The midfield and backs, 2. The midfield and forwards. It's rare to see a forward drop all the way back to become a defender, but it's not impossible. In fact, I think I saw it once on the Australian side early in the match to cover the position in an emergency. We'll stop the match analysis here. However, I've made a list of clips from the video showing different aspects of refereeing, positional changes, and a wild finish with 20 seconds left in the match. I highly recommend watching these. We'll let the clip run to the end. You have access to the questions I've asked you to answer in the description of this video. Take your time. You might consider slowing down the video so you can really see what's happening. This is high-level, fast-paced indoor hockey. Enjoy watching the rest of the clip and feel free to contact me with any questions. If I don't have the answer, I'll add it to the list of questions to ask our selected professional referees who we will soon be interviewing.
World champions, they have beaten the Netherlands in the final, 2011 also in Poznan. Here they come. Through Altenburg. So very nearly the first goal of this match. The overall goal for Australia is to get to the semi-finals. That just be the case for them after a slow start when they're beaten by Ukraine, but they came back and saw off the Czech Republic. But a 3-3 draw with Namibia was rather disappointing. But Germany here trying to just slalom through their defense. An important win over Russia yesterday afternoon, setting the tone for them to book a place in the next round and be amongst the elite in the knockout stages. And Schroeder is on now. This is Steindl. Lorenz. Schroeder. All the way back now, and now Lorenz. Who's up? Comes across from Schroeder. Took a bit of airtime and moving back off on Schroeder. Left feet with the cross. Pieper in a good position. And now Schroeder, she can get her head up, she's got movers with her. She can get the ball under control. Lorenz, he'll come straight back at Australia here. Pieper, Schroeder! It's not going to count though. It's the ball is ready. I just wonder whether Mover's got a touch to this. And Schroeder took the strike, so he was raised, and did that get a touch off Movers?
Thanks for joining me on the French Flick, the guide to indoor hockey. If you have any questions or topics you'd like us to cover, let me know.